haircut. When the clippers touched my hair, they blew the... After the explosion, there was no one left. Cause I know dim mop, poison hand, touch of death. My vision's still kinda blurry, but I see a clue. Ignorance is at the library. I hurry with lightning speed like the Flash. He's at the big one on Grand Army Place. When I get inside, the door shut and the lights go off. Another trap. I hear a hissing sound. I smell a funny smell. I gasp, I can't breathe. Ignorance is laughing at me, waiting on my downfall. But he can't stop the prophet.
Well, Prophet, it seems like you're in a bit of a jam. I hope you can unstick yourself. Oh, and what you did to my wife, it was nothing. I have others. The saga continues.
The Nuggets have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend home court. Welcome to the Pepsi Center in Denver. The Timberwolves looking for a strong start to this road trip.
It's go time. Now, these are two teams whose rivalry goes way back, and anytime they renew it, the fans, as well as all that are involved, are going to be in for a treat.
I like that. Go time. That's a good way to put it. I mean, this will be a testy encounter between these two. The build-up to the game has been extremely intense. I think everybody's expecting some kind of volatility to erupt on the floor today.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Towns is out there with Garnett. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's Wiggins. And it's Curry in at the one.
And guys, Brandon Jennings last season looked like he was finally becoming more efficient. He shot at the upper range of his career field goal percentage from three and the free throw line. And then suddenly the Achilles ended his season at 41 games played. Really unfortunate.
There's a screen by Gortat. And Fareed kicks to Gortat. Just 5 to shoot. And Curry pulls it down. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Garnett with a screen on Wade. Curry kicks to Towns. The 17-footer. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Hopefully both teams can pick up their scoring. The game is about putting it in the basket. That first basket took a while.
Fareed the pass to Gallinari. Banked in off the glass.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Curry to the middle. Here's Wiggins. Rebounded by Fareed.
You can see he just lost the focus, I think.
Dishes it to Wade.
Rushed that.
Right block shot. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Garnett, the screen. From deep three-point range. And it's Stephen Curry with a three.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Jennings kicks to Wade. Now the feed to Gallinari. To the left side wing. Jennings drives in. Here's Wade. And it's good. With time running down on the shot clock.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge. Always.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. There's the pick. Curry kicks to Middleton. Towns with it. Gortat's there. And Towns gets it to go.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
There's a screen by Gortat. Fareed a screen on Middleton. Wade kicks to Jennings. Curry with the steal. Middleton outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Wade kicks to Fareed. Passes it to Gallinari. 6 on the shot clock. And he gets it to go. Gallinari's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
It's now been a decade since the Minnesota Timberwolves played postseason basketball. Last trip to the postseason for the Wolves back in 2004.
Wow, that was a long time ago. And if you're wondering, that is the longest playoff drought in the league currently. Wolves want nothing more than to get back to playing playoff basketball, and featuring the #1 pick in last year's draft will help.
Good way to start, you're right. Now here's Jennings after the miss from Stephen Curry. And here's Gallinari. Gortat dishes to Fareed. Near the three-point line, it's Wade. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot.
And, you know, even though the Wolves have been out of the playoffs so long, you get the sense it won't be too much longer. They've got a really nice core to build around, and I think could be special, especially Andrew Wiggins.
Towns, no luck.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Gortat, the pass to Jennings. And Fareed has it in the corner. Wade outside. It's stolen by Curry. Wiggins outside. To the inside. And Middleton the bucket on the assist by Wiggins.
And as you mentioned, the Wolves could be back in the playoffs in due time. They are headed in the right direction. Some mistakes have been made along the way, but you have to like their future now.
And Gallinari kicks to Gortat. Just 5 to shoot. The jump hook. Kicks it out to Jennings. Launches it. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
You know, getting back to Gortat, he signed that 5-year, $60 million contract a couple of years back. Raised some eyebrows at the time because he's not a supreme athlete, but his size, effort, and refined skill set have made him worth it so far.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Minnesota also making some changes. Gorgie Dang comes in for Kevin Garnett. And Zach LaVine subbed in for Chris Middleton.
And talking about Gortat, I like what he can do for you defensively. Doesn't really have a vertical, but uses his length and timing to alter shots. And he moves his feet well enough to close out on shooters and also cover the pick and roll. So solid and complete in terms of a frontline player.
Keeman kicks to Turner. There's the dish to Powell. Pulls up on the wing. Shot is off. So Minnesota will take it the other way. Now here's Curry. Jang a screen. There's the pick. LaVine kicks to Wiggins. Soft touch off the glass. Wiggins has got his first points of the night.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Outside Turner. Over in the corner, Warren. Gets to the corner and buries it. Curry with it. Up top, Chang. Off the screen. Powell pulls it in.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Turner dishes to Moutier. The Nuggets moving the ball around. He kicks it to Warren. Lets it go with a 3. Another 3 for Denver.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Up top, Curry. Can't get it to go. Now the Nuggets take it the other way.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Came in a screen. And the wide open shot from Warren. His 3-pointers off the mark. Outside Curry. Kicks it to Jang. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And the Timberwolves lead by 1.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here.
And Steph Curry, not just a superstar player, but one of the best contracts in basketball this year and next for under $24 million combined. And you can bet he's due for a major increase in pay when 2017 rolls around.
Some changes for Minnesota. Payne, he's checked in for Towns. Prince comes in for Andrew Wiggins. And Shabazz Muhammad subbed in for Steph Curry. And for Stephen Curry, a value contract, but a growing list of endorsements. One of the top-selling jerseys in the league, a signature shoe deal. He's doing all right.
Yeah, I don't think he's worried about it. He's got a Bible quotation on his wrist that says, "Love never fails." And that's how he approaches the game, with a true love and faith that his hard work is going to pay off.
So it's Minnesota now, following Emmanuel Moutier's three. Levine kicks to Prince. Got a piece of it. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Moutier passes to Turner. He feeds it to Kaman. To the wing right side. Moutier dishes to Kaman. And stolen by Jang. Prince kicks to Levine. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Timberwolves.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot by Powell, no good.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
9 feet out. And that's off the glass and in. Muhammad's got his first bucket of the night. Came in a screen. Left side, Turner. And another miss by Denver.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
It's Prince on the wing. Wide open. Jump shot is good. And the Timberwolves lead by 6. He got it up. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And we reached... All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
You know, it's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
Good ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Levine is out there with Shabazz Muhammad. Then there's Tayshaun Prince. Then it's Payne. And it's Jang in at the 5 spot. Now here's Moutier. That shot is no good. And he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Here's Levine. He dishes it to Payne. And that's a foul called on T.J. Warren. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Denver on D. They trail by 6. The dunk with a foul on top of it. So strong.
And you can sense the momentum really starting to swing their way.
Yeah, they're taking charge here. I mean, there's no question about it, Greg. And the lead, I think, is just going to continue to grow and grow from here.
And for Gorgui Jang, an intelligent guy with strong physical attributes, gigantic arm span, but extremely raw skill-wise.
Yeah, his game still needs plenty of polish on both ends of the floor, but I really felt like he took a huge leap last season, and he has the intensity along with that work ethic to continue to grow.
The Nuggets trailed by 8. Outside Turner. Moutier passes to Turner. And there's the 3-second violation. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Levine. The pass to Payne. Feeds to Jang. Off the pick. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. You look at Gorgie Jang and his development in the league out of Louisville. What a big jump for him last season.
And that's a great point. That first year, you could tell the game's a little too fast, and he was a bit overwhelmed, but started to get more and more minutes throughout the season and really blossomed with the extra opportunity.
And Jang last season doubled his points per game, got enough rebounds where he could be a double-double player every night in the near future.
Now, here's Warren. 5 points in the game. Here's Turner. 5 to shoot. Misses the fadeaway jumper. Timberwolves leading by 9.
And Yang isn't a young player by any means, but he has learned how to fill a niche on a team quickly. Just offers good numbers and intangibles in a lot of places on the stat sheet. No hesitation when he saw the space that D was giving him. That's 2.
Moutier kicks to Kaman. They set the screen. The jump hook. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's Muhammad.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Moutier dishes to Warren. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Warren's got 7 points in the game. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Down low. Here's Muhammad. Denver grabs the miss. Outside Turner. Here's Warren. And the 3-ball is good. 10 points for him.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Minnesota calls timeout. The Nuggets missed the postseason again last year. Never really had a good look at it and just fell in back of the pack.
And it's the second straight year of not playing playoff basketball in Denver. This coming on the heels of 10 straight bursts between 04 and 13.
And, you know, for Denver, historically, they've enjoyed a lot of success for a long time. I mean, missing the playoffs consecutively might have been the wake-up call they needed to try something different going forward.
For Minnesota. Timberwolves leading by 6.
And listen, it's sometimes really hard for teams like the Nuggets to know when to rebuild. So while they weren't quite sure what they had coming in the last season, by the end of it, they had a clear idea of what direction they needed to head into for the future.
Here's Wade. Now Jennings. Fareed outside. Here's the screen. Here's Gallinari. Out to Wade. The tray. And it's Curry with the rebound. Timberwolves have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. And the shot is good.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Screen by Fareed. To the left wing. Jennings wide open. Hits it from three-point range. Jennings has got 6 points.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
Defense just not reacting with enough aggressiveness.
Now here's Wiggins. At the top of the key, Towns. Rebound by the Nuggets. Gortat's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Curry against Jennings. It's deflected. 5 on the clock. Curry with the steal. Here's Wiggins.
Just a good, solid, aggressive finish there on the break.
Not going to get much easier than that, Greg. Simple.
Jennings kicks to Wade. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Dwayne Wade continues, Clark, to change his game as he gets older. I admire the way guys can do that. Their head says one thing, but their body kind of tells them another.
And you have to give in to your body as you age, that's for sure. Used to attack the rim all the time. Now it's mid-range jumper heavy.
And for Wade and his change in style, I really felt it was a necessity. Guys his age can't continue to hit the floor as often as he's used to and expect to make it all the way through the season.
Gallinari in the corner. And he gets it to go. Gallinari's got 6. Minnesota leading by 4. Curry passes to Wiggins. Dishes to Towns. Garnett with a screen on Wade. Middleton can't get it to go.
And, you know, in general, back to Wade now. All the greats evolve and add to their games as their careers move forward. The best way to stay relevant in the NBA is by adding to your game and honing your skills.
Screen by Fareed. Wade dishes to Jennings. Minnesota's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Curry kicks to Towns.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
To the paint. Fades. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Wade's got his second bucket of the night. Curry passes to Middleton. Back to Curry. Middleton, a screen on Jennings. It's Curry with the drive. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Steph Curry does so many things well, Clark, on the floor, but one area he had struggled with was turning the ball over.
Yeah, and after a slow start, Kevin, to the year in the turnover department, Curry was able to slowly right the ship.
And both free throws good for Curry.
And Curry and his turnovers last year, a lot of it might have been getting used to a new system, but you can see he's also tightened up his play to reduce the giveaways.
Gallinari in the corner. It's rebounded by Towns.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
There's the screen. Wiggins against Gallinari. Garnett with a screen on Gallinari. 6 to shoot. KG, that's good.
And, you know, Curry knew turnovers were a problem. How about his mom even instituted a fine on him? And so anytime he has more than 3 in a game, he owes his mom $100 per turnover.
Here's Wade following the score by Kevin Garnett. Count that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down to just 6 points and the bucket from Gallinari.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
It's Curry with the drive. Wiggins from outside. Denver grabs the miss. Gortat's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Jennings kicks to Wade. Fareed outside. Out to Wade. Takes the 3. Andrew Wiggins pulls it in.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
Towns sets the pick for Curry. Fires the 3. And the shot is good. Curry's got 8 points.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Now, here is Gallinari. He's got 8. There's a screen by Gortat. And it's Wade penetrating. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense. Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
The Nuggets trail by 9. Turner dishes to Mudiay. .116 left from the first half of basketball. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Really, they've backed off of working it inside. I mean, they haven't gotten it inside as much as they did earlier in the game, and I think they've got to get back to that.
Well, perhaps one of the most intriguing draft picks of this past summer, Emmanuel Mudiay, can be a game-changing player. Was going to play, Clark, as you recall, at SMU for Larry Brown.
He sure was, and went overseas instead. So we don't know a ton about him other than his reputation is sterling. Now we'll see if he can live up to it.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And how about Mudiay, guys? He has a very interesting upbringing. Born in the Congo, grew up in Texas, then spent last season in China. Already a very well-traveled young man or player of his age.
Some changes for Minnesota. Gorky Dangs checked in for Towns. Damian Rudez comes in for Wiggins. And Zach LaVine subbed in for Chris Middleton.
And you know, with Mudiay, you can't ignore what he does on the court. He has amazing size at the point guard spot, excellent vision, and is a natural playmaker for his squad.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Over to the wing. There's a good screen. Warren the pass to Pop. That's good. And now it's just a 4-point Timberwolves lead.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Garnett with the screen for Curry. This one for 3. Rebound by the Nuggets. Here we go, one-on-one. And here is Warren. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Timberwolves lead by 4. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment.
Your Nuggets Stanton.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
T.J. Warren has been playing well. 10 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. We've seen T.J. Warren really having a great game.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Warren is out there with Powell. Then there's Chris Kaman. Then it's Turner. And it's Moutier in at the 1 spot. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half. And here is Turner following the 3-pointer by Chris Middleton. Kaman sets a screen for Turner. Pass to Moutier. Here's Powell. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. A young team trying to find their place in the league can have it tough on the road, Clark, and the 2015 Timberwolves typified that sentiment.
In spades, 7-34 on the road last season. Dead last in the West as they won only 3 road games against the rest of the conference.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
And it's Middleton penetrating. And it's out of bounds. Nice touch by Curry.
And with the Wolves on the road, that they shot threes better and had better offense, they would still lose by double digits on average.
Now here's Turner. 5 points in the game. To the middle. Moutier kicks to Turner. No good. And Minnesota now the other way.
And, you know, guys, for the Wolves on the road last year, it was hard because they are in the West. I mean, we've talked before about how far they have to travel as a team for their road game.
Curry attacking. Wiggins. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got his 4th rebound in this one. Moutier with the ball. Now guarded by Towns. Moutier dishes to Kaman. Pass to Moutier. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Moutier's got 8.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Outside Curry. Garnett with the screen for Curry. In the corner, it's Wiggins. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With this team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Now here's Turner. A clear look for Warren. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
Nuggets call timeout.
1 year out from the big Kevin Love for Andrew Wiggins trade, and you have to think that the Wolves are pleased. Wiggins, Clark, has looked amazing.
Yeah, to get talent from a player who wants out is one thing. To get a player of Wiggins' caliber is a whole nother level, and that's a good get for the Wolves.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And for the Love and Wiggins trade, we knew that it could take several years to properly evaluate, but Wiggins was just so good his rookie season.
check in for Kevin Garnett. The Nuggets trail by 3.
And I think that is a key part. Wiggins was so much better than anyone expected as a rookie. People figured it would take him several years to develop, but he was the most NBA-ready player of the class, and I think that caught a lot of people off guard. And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 6 assists here tonight. Jennings against Curry. Here's Fareed. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Fareed's got his first points in this one. Jennings against Curry. Zhang a screen. Middleton on the wing for 3. And another 3 for Minnesota.
He's found the rhythm here in the third quarter, Kevin, and his confidence is palpable. You can feel it. Everything he puts up from long range seems to be falling.
Now here's Jennings. He's got 6. Wade outside. Looking to end his cold spell.
And a great stretch of games here for Wade at the end of a great stretch of games for Wade at the end of last season. I mean, he turned back the clock, if you will, for a while and really helped carry this Heat team.
And both free throws good for Wade. Timberwolves leading by 5. Curry passes to Towns. And it's Middleton penetrating. The shot is off. Good D by Wade.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Fast break, Minnesota. Gallinari against Wiggins. And it's Curry at the elbow. Middleton outside. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Here's Towns. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Jennings with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. And it's Gallinari missing.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And it's Middleton penetrating. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Marcin Gortat.
And boy, how good was Chris Middleton last season? I mean, always a deep shooter who could stretch the floor. He hits the weight room in the offseason and became a much stronger defender. Now, he's one of the more promising 3-and-D guys in the league.
Both shots good from the stripe. And for Chris Middleton last season, he went up in points, assists, rebounds, but went down in turnovers.
Boy, what an improvement for this young man. A late bloomer. I liked him when he was at Texas A&M, still growing into his body, playing with great confidence, and he can spray that thing from 3. I like his promise.
Now here's Middleton after Dwayne Wade's miss. Jumps up, and it's blocked by Curry. Fast break, Minnesota. Wiggins with the ball. Got that bucket in no time at all. Wiggins has got 8.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now here's Wade. He's got 7. Curry with a wide open look. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 6 assists in the game. Outside Jennings. There's a screen by Gortat. Outside Jennings. Here's Gallinari. Rebound, Minnesota. Towns has got his third rebound tonight. Towns sets the pick for Middleton. Towns with it. Now guarded by Gortat. Curry can't get it to go. The Nuggets trail by 11. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Wade kicks to Fareed. And another miss by Denver. Minnesota's gone 4-6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. And there's the feed to Wiggins. Towns with it. Fareed on him. Fader on the way. That misses off the backboard.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink. He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Curry gets the bucket.
Stephen Curry.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Greg, no question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
Now, here's Wade. He's got 7. Passes to Jennings. Stolen by Middleton. And even 3-on-3 break. And that one's good. And that's now 18 points for Steph Curry. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Defensively, they play with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Denver calls timeout. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
He's been locked in from deep. They're giving him too much breathing room and definitely paying the price for it.
Group substitution now for Minnesota. Adrian Payne's checked in for Towns. Prince comes in for Wiggins. Shabazz Muhammad's checked in for Chris Middleton. And Zach LaVine subbed in for Steph Curry. Now here's Turner. He has 5. Came in up top. No one near Moutier as he lets it go. The Nuggets with another miss.
And most good teams in the NBA are great at exploiting the 3-ball. The Nuggets struggled with that last season, and it lowered their overall effective field goal percentage.
There's the dish to Jang. And again, it's Minnesota.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Now here's Kaman looking to end the drought. 4 seconds left. And the rejection by Jang. LaVine dishes to Jang. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Nuggets did struggle with threes, and good teams hit them. Really limited what they could do on offense.
Well, it's no coincidence that the top 10 three-point percentage shooting teams in the league all made the playoffs. I mean, you have to be able to spread the floor on offense, and Denver was just unable to do that last year.
And the shot by Warren, no good.
Really tough for this group right now, trying anything to stop the run.
And no matter what they've tried, it hasn't worked. I think they've just got to slow it down, idle it back, and get back to the basics.
Jang, the pass to Prince. Back to Jang. Clock at 4.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Muhammad with the steal. He kicks it to Payne. He feeds it to Levine. Let's go. Misses off the right iron.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Outside Turner. Here's Powell. Lays it up and banks it in. Powell's got 8 points. Well through. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Here's Levine. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. We've got Tayshaun Prince. Gorgie Dang is out there with Payne. Then there's Shabazz Muhammad. And it's Levine in a point guard.
Boy, he blew the easy 2 by profile. Trying to look good. That's a bad decision and poor execution.
Kaman inside. Jang defending. Second shot opportunity. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul.
The first free throw is good.
The line for your Nuggets, Chris Kaman.
How about the nickname for Chris Kaman? Air Sasquatch. I mean, he's got that stenciled in his shoes. A nickname he earned back when he wore his hair long. He has clearly embraced it. And Chris Kaman, guys, signing with the Blazers last season, he's had big contracts before, but told his agent, hey, let's focus on getting a winning situation.
Shooting for Denver, Zach Levine.
And the Blazers really needed bench depth in their front court, Clark. A great situation for Chris Kaman to come into and contribute.
Yeah, you know, he felt he'd been overlooked with the Lakers the season prior and bruised his ego a bit. In Portland, he found a defined role providing scoring off the bench, which suited him well. Hey, for Zach Levine, the dunk contest last season was his coming out party to the world. He put on a show that everybody in the NBA was buzzing about.
With the shot. And Turner with the basket on the assist for Moutier. And that's now 7 points for Evan Turner. Levine kicks to Prince. He dishes it to Muhammad. Off target from outside. And for Levine in his dunking, if you saw him in college or last season, you knew he was a very special player in the air.
Well, Levine can be one of the great all-time dunkers with his height and ability to lift off. He gets airborne so effortlessly that there are few that can match his power and finesse once he's airborne.
Now here's Turner to the wing right side. Off target from three-point range.
He's fouled out of
Not
the game.
good shot selection. Long range and a defender all up in your jersey.
And, you know, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
Here's Levine. Kicks it to Muhammad. There's the pass to Levine. Another miss by Minnesota. The Nuggets trail by 13. Moutier kicks to Powell. There's the pick. Feeds to Warren. No good on the three. Minnesota comes into this one following a loss to New York. Zhang, a screen. And it's Denver with the rebound. Powell's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And Zach Levine gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Now, here's Warren. Guarded by Prince. Powell. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds. Well, T.J. Warren had a very interesting start to his NBA career. Spent most of the first half in the D-League. In the second half, Clark, he finally got some minutes and really provided a spark.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't have great range on his jumper right now, and he's not an elite ball handler, but he's one of the best cutters in the game. Moves well without the ball, so I think his future is bright nonetheless.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And talking about TJ, guys, he put up a few interesting numbers towards the end of last season. Shot 64% from the field in March. Had 18 points in one game, 17 in another. The last game of the year, he chips in with 6 assists. So now it's up to him to put it all together on a more consistent basis.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to listen in on the Timberwolves head coach talking to his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
Now, Moutier, after Chris Middleton missed from long range. Dishes it to Payne. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Now here's Curry. Teardrop shot. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Now here's Turner. To the wing on the left. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from deep. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
T-Wolves ball.
And Minnesota has possession. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. They set the pick. Curry with it. Middleton dishes to Payne. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Pass to Warren. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Curry. And here we go. Pass to Payne. Wiggins outside. And he goes in for the dunk.
Good, just like soup. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay, Clark approves, everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. Young fella's wearing the rim out.
Here's Powell. Now the feed to Moutier. Inside. Here's Warren. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. In the corner, Middleton with it. Wiggins passes to Towns. Goes up the baseline. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Passes it to Turner. From deep three-point range.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Curry kicks to Towns. Back to Curry. Takes a 3. Powell pulls it in. The Nuggets trail by 17. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And the shot by Warren, no good.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Shot's good by Middleton.
They've stepped up their three-point shooting game in the second half. They're letting it fly out there with reckless abandon.
Not lacking in confidence, and I really like that. Sometimes you see teams get conservative once they get a lead, playing not to lose.
And here is Kamen, following the three-pointer by Chris Middleton.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Payne can't hit. Denver's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. The dish to Kamen. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid-range J is almost a gimme.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Your Nuggets dancers!
Tanking is something that all teams that are out of it tend to do. I hate that word, Clark, but it seems to be the one used by a lot. Nuggets didn't really try to hide it last season either.
Well, you know, it certainly looked that way. Right around March, they just started sitting key players for no real reason. They framed it as rest, but it didn't quite look that way.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Smith outside. They set the pick. Here's Rudez. Muhammad dishes to Rudez. Here's Muhammad. Six on the shot clock. Second chance shot. No luck. Now the Nuggets take it the other way.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
Stolen by Fareed. Looking to get back on track here. And two shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Dwayne Wade.
You know, Kenneth Fareed was named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team 4 years ago. Took the league by storm with his energy and hustle. Looked like the sky was the limit for him, but every year since then, his numbers have looked very similar.
Rudez kicks to Smith. Here's Muhammad. Another miss by Minnesota.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him two chances at the free throw line here. Getting back to Fareed, the numbers through last season tell a very interesting story. His field goal percentage has gone down every year, while his free throw percentage has gone up every year.
Yeah, his rebounds, assists, steals, block numbers have all stayed relatively flat. You know, he's making a positive contribution, but maybe not at the level of that contract extension he signed back in 14.
That's his first personal foul.
Tayshaun Prince, one of the ultimate Velcro guys. I mean, he's been in the league a long time. The consummate pro, as detailed, steady, and unflappable as they come.
And back to Tayshaun Prince for a moment. So much big game experience, a championship in 04 with the Pistons. That has to rub off on a team when you have a guy like that around in the locker room, on the floor. He's seen it all.
You know, it's a great point, and whether it's in games or practice or even in the locker room, his presence adds continuity. It's like having an extra coach looking out for the younger players.
Pocket two. Wade. And two free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Your Nuggets,
Well, Dwayne Wade in this one, he has 9 points, and the contribution from the line for him, he's made 5 free throws.
And he hasn't been afraid to draw a little bit of contact on his way to the basket. Some guys shy away from that.
Now here's Jones. He feeds it to Muhammad. He kicks to Prince. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. The Nuggets trailed by 14. Here's Jennings. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And, Greg, that kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip.
Rudez passes to Smith. Good opportunity right here. And that one goes long. The Nuggets now on offense. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. Gallinari against Jones. The fader. They get it again. Kicks it out to Jennings. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Now Smith. "16 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Shot's good from Rudez.
And they've just done a great job of keeping this crowd out of the game. And we're getting closer to victory. The crowd's getting quieter.
And there's not a whole lot for them to be cheering about anymore. I mean, their guys got it handed to them.
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And time now to head over to Ernie Johnson for the 2K postgame show.
Can I get the side? Can I get the side? Seleção Paris, São Paulo. França, Brasil. Aí. MSP. Laboratório Fantasma. É nóis. Assim, ó.
Os manos no posto, trampando a contragosto.